It's a rematch from opening night as the Steamers welcome in the Clayton Clovers for an exhibition game at historic Hicks Field. Each team with some streaks on the line. The Clovers have won 5 in a row, while the Steamers have won back-to-back games and are looking to go into tomorrow's off day with their third 3-game win streak of the season. Jacob Lawler will be on the mound, making his second start of the season for the Steamers. His last start was 9 days ago against the Voyagers. He pitched 4 2/3 innings, allowed just 3 hits and 1 run. He even pitched against the Clovers back on that opening night. Went 2 scoreless innings, allowed just 1 hit, struck out 1, made an athletic play on the mound defensively, and he'll get the start here for the Steamers. For the Clovers, it'll be Trent Simmons on the mound. He's started just 1 game this season. He went 3 innings, allowed 2 hits and no runs as well. So each side taking guys that haven't gone a 5-inning or longer outing this season. So expect to see a lot from each bullpen. The Steamers used 4 pitchers the last time these teams matched up. The Clovers used multiple relievers as well, so it'll certainly be a game of pitching as each team is really dominated at the plate. The Clovers scored 10 last night in a win over the Disco Turkeys, and for the Steamers, well, if you've been paying any attention, they've scored 31 runs combined over the last 2 games, including 16 last night against the Norfolk Redbirds. So we'll see if each offense will continue to stay hot tonight and whose winning streak will continue and whose will come to an end. We're just moments away from getting started here at historic Hicks Field as Justin Hill wraps up the meeting at the plate with the umpires. We'll be back in just a few moments with the first pitch between the Edenton Steamers and the Clayton Clovers. Hello and welcome into another broadcast of Edenton Steamers Baseball. I'm Luke Milai, and welcome to the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel, where tonight the Steamers take on the Clayton Clovers. Once again, the Clovers on a 5-game winning streak. The Steamers have won back-to-back, and they'll look to Jacob Lawler on the mound to keep that streak going. The Steamers following a bit of a pattern. They've won the first 3 games of the season, lost 2. They won the next 3, lost the next 2, and now they're 1 win away from their third 3-game winning streak of the season, sitting at 8-4. The Clovers at 10-3. It's an exhibition game. This is one of 3 exhibition teams the Steamers will play this season. We've seen them take on the Boone Bigfoots and the Wake Forest Fungo. The Clovers out of the Carolina Collegiate League, making their first trip in team history to historic Hicks Field. Davey Morgan will get things started for the Clovers. The designated hitter tonight, leading things off for Clayton. The first pitch of the night is fouled away, and we're underway with the first strike. Jacob Lawler in his second start of the season. He's gone a little over 7 innings this year, an ERA of 2.46. 0-1 pitch inside for a ball, 1-1. Davey Morgan comes into this one hitting .400 in 50 at-bats this season. Takes that one for a called strike. Count moves to 1-2. Morgan had a pair of hits the last time these teams matched up back on what was opening night for the Steamers in Clayton. That one's outside for a ball, 2-2. Last night, Michael Allen got the start on the mound for Edenton, and the Redbirds loaded the bases up with just 1 out, but he was able to keep them scoreless. Lawler trying to have a cleaner first inning here tonight. Swung on, chopped over towards third, and it's going to drift foul and out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2. Jacob Lawler, his last start that I mentioned was 9 days ago. He pitched in relief against Tarboro, but it's been a while since Jacob Lawler's been on the mound. Here comes the 2-2. Down low for a ball. Count fills up at 3-2. One of Lawler's prior 3 appearances this season was against the Clovers. He went 2 scoreless innings back on opening night, allowed just 1 hit, and struck out 1. Swing and a miss by Morgan on a ball in the dirt. Kermode throws to first to finish it off. It's the first strikeout of the night for Lawler, and it's out number 1 here in the first. Morgan went chasing on a ball. Down and in. It's a quick first out for Jacob Lawler as Michael Anderson will come to the plate. First pitch taken for a called strike, going on the count to Anderson. Anderson getting the start out in right field tonight for the Clovers. The 0-1 is chopped first base side foul, and the count moves to 0-2. Anderson hitting .286 through the first 13 games of the season for the Clovers. He's behind in the count, 0-2. Outside for a ball. 1-2 now, the count to Anderson. Went 1 for 5 when these teams matched up in Clayton. He'll foul that one straight back. Count remains 1-2. The Steamers 4-3 here at historic Hicks Field. They moved back above 500 after a win last night over the Norfolk Redbirds. Here's the 1-2. On the outside corner, called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lawler to begin the game. And there's 2 outs here in the first. Can't start any cleaner than that as Jack Caspero will come up to the plate now for the Clovers. Caspero getting the start over at short for Clayton tonight. He'll swing at the first pitch he sees and foul it off for a strike. 0-1 the count. Jack Caspero out of the University of Mount Olive. He's hitting .244 coming into tonight. Teammates with Alden Cottle. That one's inside. Count evens up at 1-1. Cottle and Caspero were a pretty good duo at the University of Mount Olive. All Southeast Region first team for Caspero as he takes strike 2, 1-2. Alden Cottle only earned second team in the Southeast Region in the ABCA. Jacob Lawler 1 strike away from finishing off this inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Just missed, 2-2. He got the call on the other side of the plate when Anderson struck out looking. Maybe that outside pitch to righties and inside to lefties, maybe a little bit tighter. In the dirt, count fills up again at 3-2. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit over to Bruno. He stays down on it. Throw across to first. In time. A 1-2-3 inning here in the top half of the first. We'll head to the bottom half. The Steamers coming up to the plate for the first time. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field for the bottom half of the first between the Edenton Steamers and the Clayton Clovers. Thank you so much for joining me on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. The Steamers tonight wearing their special themed jerseys we've been talking about for the Edenton Baseball Club, combining the Edenton Steamers and the Edenton Aces. Steamers with the pinstripes, the Steamers logo on the right sleeve and the Aces logo on the left. These jerseys all being auctioned off here at the game tonight. It'll be the only time the Steamers wear them this season. So if you got a jersey in mind and you've got someone in attendance that maybe could write down your bid for you, make sure to do it. Chase Bruno will lead things off for the Steamers against Trent Simmons on the mound for the Clovers. First pitch. Swung on over to the right side. It's caught out of the air by Davidson. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the first. That'll bring Tanner Thatch up to the plate. Continues to move up in this lineup. We've seen him all over the place at first base, right field, designated hitting. He's out in right field today. He'll take the first pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. Thatch coming off a 1-for-5 night last night against the Redbirds, and he swings through that one for a strike, 1-1. Thatch did not play the last time these teams met. He was still playing for Perquimans High School as they made a state title run. They'll send that one high and deep towards center field. Moving back is Lyon to the wall. He's out of room, and it's gone! Tanner Thatch, his second home run of the season. And it's an early 1-0 Steamers lead here in the first. It's a good start for Thatch. The Steamers score in the first inning for the second consecutive night. It is a quick 1-0 lead. Tanner Thatch, just the second Steamer to hit a home run here at Historic Hicks Field this season. The man that had the first two here at Historic Hicks Field coming up to the plate, Jeremiah Boyd. Boyd launched a 2-run home run last night. 2 of the 16 runs the Steamers put on the board. He fouls that one up first base side, out of play over the Clovers dugout. The Steamers offense had been struggling at the beginning of the week, just 2 runs combined over 2 games. Since then, they've now scored 32 runs in just over 16 innings. Remember, last night was just a 7-inning game against the Redbirds. Boyd waits on that one, lets it come across for a ball, 1-1. Jeremiah Boyd not behind the plate today. He's in the designated hitter spot. So that one's up high for a ball, 2-1. We've seen Coach Hill use his second catcher in that designated hitter spot for the second straight night. Case Kermode was in there last night. 2-1 pitch is fouled off again by Boyd, first base side, out of play. Count will move to 2-2. Jeremiah Boyd hitting .385 in 8 games at the plate this season. An on-base percentage of .467, nearly half the time Boyd has reached base. And he's still alive in this at-bat. Count moves to 3-2 to Jeremiah Boyd. For Trent Simmons, that home run is the first run he's given up this season. It's only his second appearance of the year. As Boyd will pop that one up in the infield. Tucker moves back from second. He's into the outfield, and he'll make the catch. 2 away here in the first. That'll bring Tate Abbott up to the plate. With 2 down here in the inning. Abbott leaves the first pitch away for a ball, 1-0. Tate Abbott over at first base tonight for Edenton. He'll swing and miss at that one. Count evens up at 1-1. Abbott went 0 for 3 last night. He did knock in one of those 16 runs with an RBI ground out. He'll swing and foul that one. Foul over the Steamers dugout on the third base side and out of play. 1-2 now the count to Abbott. The pitch. Swung on the hit the other way and fouled on the third base line. We'll do it again at 1-2. Tate Abbott hitting .226 in 10 games this season. The only 2 games he's missed were due to right knee soreness. He'll swing and miss at that one for strike 3. It's the first strikeout for Trent Simmons, and that'll wrap up the first inning here at Historic Hicks Field. But the Steamers get on the board first thanks to a solo home run off the bat of Tanner Thatch. It's the Steamers 1 and the Clovers nothing. The new 2022 Edenton Steamers merchandise has arrived. There are plenty of ways for you to pick up your new Steamers gear. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and place an order, stop by Sound Feet Shoes of Edenton, or head to the merchandise trailer located behind the first base dugout at Historic Hicks Field. You can also pick up some of the brand new Chowan County Cantaloupes gear, but only at Historic Hicks Field. Thank you for your support and repping your Steamers gear. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers are out to an early 1-0 lead thanks to a solo home run from Tanner Thatch in the first inning. Jacob Lawler back out on the mound for Edenton for inning number 2. He retired the Clovers 1-2-3 back in the first. That means he'll face the cleanup man, Matt Albritton, to lead off the second inning. Lawler's ready. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0 to Albritton. Matt Albritton with the game-winning double in the 9th inning last night, knocked in a pair of runs in a 10-8 win over the Turkeys. So that one's a bit low, 2-0 the count to Albritton. Albritton's shown the ability to go yard. He's got 3 of the team's 7 home runs this season. And now he's ahead in the count, 3-0 on a ball in the dirt. It's the Clovers looking for their first base runner of the night. 3-0 pitch. In there for a called strike from Lawler. 3-1 the count. Outside ball 4, and the first base runner of the night is aboard for the Clovers. It's a leadoff walk here to begin the second for Matt Albritton. Braden Davison up to the plate now for the Clovers. He's over at first base tonight for Clayton, as Lawler's in the stretch for the first time. The pitch. At the knees for a called strike, 0-1 the count. Jacob Lawler's only given up 5 hits this season over his 3 appearances and just over 7 innings. So throw back on Albritton, who's got to dive back into the bag. He's allowed 2 runs this season, but neither came against the Clovers in his scoreless 2 innings. That pitch is fouled straight back by Davidson. Count's now 0-2. Braden Davidson maybe just as clutch as his teammate Matt Albritton at the game-tying grand slam in last night's game. These two, a pair of big-time hits in last night's win. So throw back on Albritton again, and they got him. Albritton picked off over at first. It's the 4th successful pickoff for Steamers pitching this season. Now the bases are empty for Braden Davidson, and Lawler can go back to the windup. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. 1-2 the count. Albritton, not a massive lead over there at first. Doesn't have any stolen bases on the season, but just a bit slow reacting back to the bag. A quick pickoff move from Lawler. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, hit high out towards center field. Fine moves to his left towards the gap. It's going to get down and go to the wall in right center field. Fine picks it up. He'll get it back in. It's a stand-up double for Braden Davidson. And now that pickoff seems a little bit more important with nobody on at the time of the double. It's the first hit of the night for the Clovers. They've got a man down at second with just 1 out, as Connor Tucker will come up to the plate. Tucker over at second tonight for Clayton. The 3rd hitter Lawler's faced in the inning. That one's taken for a called strike. 0-1 the count to Tucker. Tucker hitting just .222 coming into tonight. He'll take that one outside for a ball, 1-1. Chase Bruno hanging around second, the shortstop for the Steamers. In case Lawler has ideas of another pickoff. Braden Davidson, who's down there. Bruno shifts into position. The pitch is down low for a ball, 2-1. Connor Tucker's knocked in 6 runs this season. He's got a runner in scoring position with just 1 out in the second. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. The pitch. Takes for a called strike on the outside corner. Count evens up at 2-2. Abbott and Cottle at first and second. Back near the outfield grass defensively for the Steamers. Bruno shaded towards the middle at short. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit out towards left center field. Fine moves to his right. He misjudged it. He has to dive in, and he'll make the catch. Fine might have lost it up there. Makes a diving play at the last second for out number 2. With 2 down, that'll bring Zach Lyon up to the plate. Lyon out in center field tonight for the Clovers, and he'll take that one for a called strike, 0-1. Lyon comes into this one hitting .303 in 13 games for the Clovers. He'll take the 0-1 for a called strike at the knees. 0-2 the count now to Lyon. The Clovers in danger of stranding a runner out in scoring position. Baller's ready. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strikeout number 3 here for Jacob Lawler. Another scoreless inning on the mound As the Clovers are sent down, they leave a runner out at second. We'll head to the bottom half of the second. The Steamers out ahead 1-0. The Steamers are proud to announce that Venture Tours is the official travel partner of the team for the 2022 season. Venture Tours is a family-owned business specializing in motor coach transportation. The owners have been in the motor coach industry for more than 40 years. A mixture of hard work and family legacy helped to create Venture Tours, one of the most successful motor coach companies in Hampton Roads, coastal Virginia. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit venturebustours.com. Hello and welcome back to Historic Kicks Field here for this broadcast of Steamers Baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. The Steamers out ahead 1-0 thanks to a solo home run back in the first from Tanner Thatch. Case Kermode will lead things off for Edenton. He'll take the first pitch in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Case Kermode behind the plate tonight. He swapped spots with Jeremiah Boyd. Kermode was a designated hitter last night, as Boyd is tonight. They've switched between catcher all season in every other game, as that one misses for a ball, 2-0 to Kermode. Hitting in that fifth spot today, the leadoff man in the second. That one outside for a ball, 3-0 to Kermode. Kermode only had 2 plate appearances last night before being pinch hit for. He went 0 for 1, but he did walk and come around to score. And he walks on 4 pitches to begin the second inning. It's the first walk of the night issued by Trent Simmons. That'll bring Nate Paulson up to the plate. Paulson getting the start out in left today as Adam Fine gets his second straight start in center. So Nate Paulson moves 1 spot to his right out in the field, and it's his first at bat of the night at the plate. He'll show bunt. He'll get one down first base side. Kermode moves to second, and there's no one covering first. Paulson will take first base on the bunt, and the Steamers have runners at first and second, nobody out. Davidson came in to field it from first, but Tucker was all the way towards second. Simmons didn't get over from the mound, and Davidson looked to underhand toss to the bag, and there was just nobody there as Nate Paulson hustles it out. 2 leadoff men aboard for the Steamers as Alden Cottle comes to the plate. A swing and a miss from Cottle, counts 0-1.
18 jerseys with no deal on it yet, so get over there.
It's an infield hit for Paulson. It's the second of the night for the Steamers. Nobody out. Alden Cottle, a big opportunity here. The Steamers already ahead by 1. Takes that one up high, 1-1 the count. Alden Cottle was 0 for 2 last night. He reached with a walk and eventually came around to score, but still looking to raise that average, hitting 194 this season for the Steamers. Up and into Cottle, 2-1. He started the season off very well for Edenton. Right against these very Clovers, was 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored back on opening night in Clayton. Looking to have some of that same success here. He's ahead 2-1. The pitch. He'll swing and chop that one over towards second base. Tucker moves in. He'll underhand scoop to first. And he's safe. Davidson didn't look like he was near the bag at all. A crucial mistake by Davidson, as they would have easily had Cottle at first. The runners all advanced. The bases are loaded. There's still nobody out here in the second. A couple of defensive miscues from the Clovers here in the second, as Jared Beebe comes to the plate with nobody out. A swing and a miss from Beebe. The count's 0-1. Jared Beebe was about as efficient as you could be when these teams last matched up. 1 at bat, 1 home run. We'll take that one inside. Beebe's home run at the time was the first of the season for Edenton. The 1-1 pitch. Taken for a called strike on the outer half to Beebe. 1-2. Beebe, a couple of plate appearances last night, reached in each of them. Walked and was hit by a pitch. Comes the 1-2. And it's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. A big strikeout for Simmons. It's his second K, and it's out number 1 here in the second. That'll bring Adam Fine up to the plate. Out in center field tonight for the Steamers. He'll take that one for a called strike at the knees. 0-1 to Fine. Fine reached base twice last night in his only 2 plate appearances. So foul that one straight back. Count moves to 0-2. He walked twice in both of those appearances. One of them was a bases loaded walk to bring in a run. He's brought in a run in back-to-back games. Trying to do it here in the third. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to Fine. Back-to-back strikeouts for Simmons. And all of a sudden, there's 2 outs here in the second. That'll bring Chase Bruno up to the plate. Bruno's got a hit in every game this season. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Could sure use the timely hit now. He'll let the first one come across for a called strike. 0-1. Bruno hitting .408 through 12 games this season as he swings and misses at that one. 0-2 the count. Bruno at 20 hits, nearly double the rest of his teammates. Tanner Thatch, the next closest, with 11 hits. But he's down in the count 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. The Steamers load up the bases with no outs and come away with no runs. Trent Simmons strikes out 3 consecutive batters to keep the Clovers deficit at 1. We'll head to the third. The Steamers still out ahead 1-0. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field here for the top half of the third between the Edenton Steamers and the Clayton Clovers. Jacob Lawler back on the mound for Edenton, and he'll match up against Bryce Miller. Leading off the third, he's out in left field today for the Clovers. Miller swings at the first pitch. He sees a slow chopper. Beebe moves over from third, and he bobbles it. Miller's into first, the leadoff man aboard for the Clovers. It's the second consecutive inning the Clovers have had a leadoff man reached. It was a slow chopper. Not sure if Beebe would have thrown him out anyway. That'll bring Peter Maldonado up to the plate. It's an infield hit for Bryce Miller over at first as the first pitch to Maldonado is called a ball, or strike, 0-1. Lawler from the stretch. His first pitch swung on, fouled straight back. 0-2 now the count to Maldonado. Maldonado just hitting .222 this season. He went hitless in 4 at-bats the last time these teams matched up in Clayton. He's behind 0-2 in this count to Lawler. The pitch. Outside for a ball. 1-2 now the count to Maldonado. Jacob Lawler's been effective so far. 3 strikeouts, just a pair of hits allowed. A long stare in. The 1-2 pitch. A called strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Jacob Lawler. And it's out number 1 here in the third. Back through the order now for the Clovers. The leadoff man, Davey Morgan, up to the plate. He's the designated hitter tonight for Clayton. First pitch to Morgan. Misses low for a ball, 1-0. Morgan was the first of 4 strikeouts for Jacob Lawler tonight, who takes a peek over at Miller at first. 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. Morgan hitting .400 this season for the Clovers. 2-0 pitch. It's popped up into right center field. Moving back is Thatch. Fighting through the sun, he'll make the catch in right center field for out number 2 here in the third. 2 down here in the inning as Michael Anderson will come to the plate for the Clovers. It's Bryce Miller over at first, who led this inning off with an infield single, as that one is down low for a ball, 1-0. Anderson also struck out his first time up. Lawler's 1-0. That one a bit out, nearly offered at by Anderson. The count moves to 2-0. Furthest the Clovers gotten so far is to second. That was on a double by Braden Davidson. That one's inside for a ball. 3-0 now the count to Michael Anderson. Lawler sets up. Pitch. In there for a called strike, 3-1. Anderson comes into tonight hitting .286. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Here comes the 3-1. In there for a called strike from Lawler. Count fills up at 3-2. Miller will be off and running from first with 2 outs here in the third. Full count to Anderson. Lawler takes a peek over. The pitch. Swung on, chopped over first base side. Abbott has it on a hop, and he'll take it to the bag for out number 3. Another scoreless inning for Jacob Lawler on the mound. We'll head to the bottom half of the third. The Steamers still out ahead, 1-0. The Edenton Steamers are excited to announce that they'll be hosting one more youth baseball camp this summer. That'll be from July 13th through the 15th, and young ball players between the ages of 5 and 13 are welcome. The cost is $100 to register, and your kid will receive first-class instruction from some of the best college baseball players around. Visit EdentonSteamers.com to register today. Just wrapped up the first of 2 baseball camps this morning at historic Hicks Field. After one of the days got rained out, we had the third and final day of camp today. Good time for all the kids. Some scrimmages, some hitting drills, fielding drills. A lot to learn from these guys that have made it to the college level. As Tanner Thatch will step up to the plate. First pitch to Thatch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Thatch, the only reason the Steamers are on the board, had a solo home run back in the first. He'll swing at the 1-0 foul at third base side. Down the line, and it'll drift out of play. And the count will even up at 1-1. Thatch, now the second Steamer with multiple home runs this season. He joins Jeremiah Boyd, who also has a pair. The 1-1. Thatch grounds that one to the right side and through the hole for a base hit. The second hit of the night for Tanner Thatch. And he's aboard to lead off the third. And that'll bring Jeremiah Boyd up to the plate. Boyd not catching tonight in that designated hitter spot where Case Kermode was last night. They've swapped spots here today. Boyd popped out his first time up just behind first base. First pitch to Boyd is inside for a ball, 1-0. Thatch's leadoff single makes it the second straight inning. The Steamers have the leadoff man aboard. It's the fourth hit of the game for Edenton. 1-0 pitch is fouled down the right side and out of play by Boyd. Count moves to 1-1. The Steamers loaded up the bases with nobody out back in the second. Weren't able to come away with anything as Trent Simmons struck out the next 3 batters. Simmons is ready from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Boyd leaves it. It goes through the legs of Maldonado. It bounces right back to him, but not quickly enough before Tanner Thatch moves ahead to second base. Two and one now the count to Boyd with a runner out in scoring position in Thatch. Boyd's knocked in 4 runs this season. Tied for 5th best on the team. He's got an opportunity here. Simmons is ready. The pitch. Boyd fouls it straight back. Count evens up at 2-2. Trent Simmons, once again, it's his second start of the season. It was also his only outing. He went 3 scoreless innings, allowed just a pair of hits and struck out 5. In under 3 innings, he's already allowed 4 hits and a run tonight. He's got nobody out here with Tanner Thatch down at second. Pitch. Boyd waits on it, chops it over to the left side. Handled it short, the throw goes to third, and they got him. Caspero with a nice heads-up play to get the lead runner, Thatch. Albritton applies the tag. And Boyd moves over to first, but they lose Tanner Thatch off the base paths. That'll bring Tate Abbott up to the plate now for the Steamers, with Jeremiah Boyd at first. The pitch. Swing and a miss by Abbott, 0-1 the count. Abbott struck out swinging his first time up. In the cleanup spot tonight for Edenton. The 0-1 pitch. Taken on the outside corner, a called strike to Abbott. 0-2 the count. Looks like a similar pitch that Jacob Lawler wasn't getting in the other half. Oh, into the count. Simmons is ready. The pitch. Way outside. 1-2 now the count to Abbott. Abbott, in 4 plate appearances, reached once with a walk last night. Still looking to get on for the first time today. Behind in the count, 1-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss on the ball in the dirt. He got him. It's the second strikeout today for Abbott. It's the 5th of the game for Trent Simmons. That'll make it 2 down here in the 3rd. Case Kermode up to the plate now for the Steamers. Jeremiah Boyd still over at first, who reached on a fielder's choice. Kermode lets the first pitch come across for a called strike, 0-1. Kermode walked in his only plate appearance tonight. Got as far as third base in that second inning. Steamers couldn't bring him home. The 0-1 pitch. In the dirt for a ball. 1-1 the count to Kermode. Kermode just 3 hits so far this season. Remember playing in just about every other game with Jeremiah Boyd and Kermode swapping behind the plate. 1-1 pitch, a bit out. 2-1 the count to Kermode. And they've been swapping behind the plate every other game, but for back-to-back nights, the one that wasn't behind the plate has gotten that designated hitter spot. Justin Hill and the coaching staff mixing things up a bit. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on back towards the middle. A diving stop by Tucker. Oh, it went right past him. It's up through the middle into shallow center for Case Kermode. It's the second time he's reached tonight. It's his first hit. It's hit number 5 for the Steamers. They've now got 2 aboard with 2 outs here in the third. Nate Paulson bunted for a hit in his first at-bat. Sent it over to first base. And no one covered as he sprinted to the bag. He'll swing and line that one out towards right center field. It'll get down for a hit. Boyd's coming around third. He's going to score. Kermode moves to third. It's an RBI single for Nate Paulson, his second hit of the night. Puts the Steamers ahead 2-0. The third hit here in the inning, back-to-back 2-out singles. The Steamers are ahead 2-0. Case Kermode heads up, goes from first to third. And Alden Cottle will come to the plate. Cottle swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. 0-1 the count. Cottle had an infield single his first time up. It was a grounder over to second and the throw to first. First baseman Braden Davidson just wasn't covering. His foot was off the bag and Cottle ran right through. The 0-1 comes across for a called strike. Count moves to 0-2 to Alden Cottle. Steamers with 6 hits tonight. Had 13 hits the last time these teams met. 0-2 pitch off and running is Paulson. He's got a bag stolen with no throw as that one's called a ball to Cottle. 1-2 count now to Cottle as Nate Paulson has his second stolen base of the season. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped over to short. It'll be a tough play for Caspero. He's running in. Throw to first is in time. An impressive running throw from Jack Caspero wraps up the third inning. The Steamers put another on the board, courtesy of an RBI single from Nate Paulson. It's now 2-0 Edenton as we'll head to the fourth. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers are out ahead of the Clovers 2-0. Steamers playing the 5th of 5 straight games in 5 days tonight. After losing the first 2, both here at historic Hicks Field, trying to respond with 3 straight victories in what would be their 3rd 3-game winning streak of the season. Lawler's first pitch is across for a called strike. 0-1 the count to Jack Caspero. Lawler out for his 4th inning of work. The 0-1 pitch inside nearly got Caspero. Count evens up at 1-1. Lawler's longest outing of the season was 4 2/3, a start back against the Voyagers. The 1-1 pitch is down low for a ball, 2-1. All of Lawler's appearances in his spring season at Randolph-Macon College were out of the pen. And his longest outing in the spring was just 2 innings. That one swung on and missed. Count will even up at 2-2. So Jacob Lawler stretching out a bit here for the Steamers. He's into inning number 4. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Down low, count fills up at 3-2. Caspero grounded out his first time up. And he fouls that one off of the hand of Case Kermode. He'll do it again at 3-2, and he'll take a moment to walk off to the left. Kermode and Boyd have gotten tacked a couple of times behind the plate as he'll shake off that right hand or right arm. The home plate umpire giving Kermode some time as he walks out, has a little chat with Lawler, trying to let Kermode collect himself. Steamers just 2 catchers on the roster as of now. Kermode, who's behind the plate, Jeremiah Boyd, the other, who's designated hitting tonight. 3-2 pitch is popped up first base side. Abbott into foul territory near the dugout, and it drifts just over the wall. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Abbott reached over that little brick wall that separates the Clovers dugout from the field of play, and it landed just beyond his glove. A long at bat here for Jack Caspero. Looking to put the leadoff man on for the Clovers for what would be the 3rd consecutive inning. That one's fouled first base side, out of play again. A few foul balls in a row now for Jack Caspero. Trying to make Lawler work, and what's an extended outing for him. Lawler's ready from the windup. The 3-2 pitch just missed outside. A leadoff walk for Jack Caspero. It's the 2nd walk issued by Lawler tonight. Caspero's aboard with nobody out as Matt Albritton will come to the plate. Albritton led off the 2nd inning with a walk of his own. Pitch. Down just below the knees of Albritton. 1-0 the count. Albritton walked his first time up, but then he was picked off over at first by Lawler. He's got a runner over at first with nobody out. The 1-0 pitch swung on, fouled first base side, out of play. The count will even up at 1-1. Matt Albritton hitting just .225 this season. But he's knocked in 16 runs on just 9 hits. 1-1, they'll throw over. Keep Caspero close. As Lawler stares in on Albritton, the third baseman tonight for Clayton. And he'll check on over at first again. We also just learned that Alden Cottle play that was initially ruled an infield hit. The first baseman's foot off the bag has been changed to an error, so the Steamers now at 5 hits tonight compared to the Clovers 2. Pitch is fouled straight back by Albritton. Count moves to 1-2. Jacob Lawler's allowed just one hitter to make it to second base tonight. He's done a good job of limiting any Clover damage. The count 1-2 to Albritton, and he'll throw over again. Lawler keeping Caspero close. It was just a couple of nights ago where the Steamers had 6 bases stolen on them against the Tarboro River Bandits. We've seen the pitchers a bit more mindful of holding runners on as of late. And Lawler will throw over again. Caspero back in safely. Still a 1-2 count to Matt Albritton. The sophomore out of Jefferson College. At the back of the box. Here's the 1-2. Runners off and going, and it's fouled away by Albritton. Caspero on the first pitch after Lawler had thrown over 3 consecutive times takes off. Caspero on the Clovers trying to manufacture some runs and put some runners in scoring position for Albritton. The pitch up and away. 2-2 now the count. Two hits and 2 walks for the Clovers tonight, the 4 times they've reached base. 2-2 pitch popped up first base side, foul territory. Abbott moving towards the fence, running out of room, and he'll leap into the fence as that one drifts out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2. A couple of long at-bats here to begin the 4th inning for the Clovers. Jacob Lawler, the man that got the start on the mound tonight for the Steamers. Tyrus Bumgardner expected to be one of the relievers used tonight when Lawler's night is through. And he'll check on Caspero at first again. He's back in. Steamers used 5 pitchers last night. Still a good amount of guys available for today, especially with a break tomorrow. Swing and a miss from Albritton. Lawler wins the battle. It's strikeout number 5 for Jacob Lawler. That's out number 1 here in the 4th. That'll bring Braden Davidson up to the plate. He smashed a double out into left center. His first time up. He'll let that one come across for a ball, 1-0. Davidson, that double, his 4th extra base hit of the season. For the Clovers, his first that wasn't a home run. The 1-0 pitch. Taken for a ball or a strike, 1-1. Jacob Lawler has 5 strikeouts tonight as he'll throw over on Caspero. The Steamers had a streak of 4 consecutive double-digit strikeout games before throwing just 9 at Lakewood Park against the Suffolk Voyagers. One pitch is grounded towards the middle, off the back of Lawler. Bruno will try and barehand it short. He drops it And there's now 2 aboard for the Clovers. A hard hit ball from Braden Davidson that got the back of Jacob Lawler. Two aboard now for the Clovers as Connor Tucker will come up to the plate. First pitch out for a ball, 1-0. Tucker over at second base tonight for Clayton. He flew out his first time up. The 1-0 pitch taken for a called strike, 1-1 the count. A lot of dancing going on at second base behind Jack Casbero, who led off this inning with a walk. Chase Bruno, the shortstop, right behind him. In case Lawler has any ideas, he'll pitch, and it'll be outside, 2-1 the count. It's Jack Casbero at second, led off with a walk. Braden Davidson over at first, who singled, and as that brings Tucker to the plate. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Pitch. Swung on, grounded towards first. Abbott backhands it, throws second for one, over to first. Lawler covering, it's in time for a double play. An impressive job by Jacob Lawler getting off the mound and covering the bag to complete the double play and wrap up the top of the fourth. It all started with a nice backhand from Tate Abbott. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. The Steamers holding a 2-run lead.
You can pay for the jerseys.
The Albemarle Area United Way is a nonprofit organization that improves residents' lives in 9 counties throughout northeastern North Carolina. This year, the Steamers are partnered up with the United Way and are looking forward to help raise money for their services. On Friday, July 2nd, the Steamers will be wearing specially themed patriotic jerseys for the game. Those jerseys will be auctioned off during the game, and all proceeds will go back to the Albemarle Area United Way. If you would like to have this one-of-a-kind jersey, be sure to be here that night and support a good cause. A huge thank you to H2OBX Water Park for making this night possible for the Albemarle Area United Way. Jared Beebe leads things off for the Steamers. He'll ground it over to third, and he's thrown out by Albritton for out number 1 here in the fourth. And for those specially themed jerseys on July 2nd for the Albemarle Area United Way, if tonight is any indication what the specially themed jerseys could look like and how the auctions will work, it's going to be wonderful. Some pinstripe jerseys tonight for the Steamers as Adam Fine fouls off the first pitch. He sees 0-1. Jerseys tonight thanks to the Edenton Baseball Club, combining the Edenton Steamers and the Edenton Aces, with a Steamers logo on the right shoulder and Aces logo on the left. Auctions going on during the game for every jersey out there tonight. The 0-1 to Fine. He'll swing and foul it back. 0-2. Fine struck out swinging his first time up against Trent Simmons, who's out for his 4th inning of work. Swung on, fought off, out towards right field. It'll drop for a base hit. It's the first hit of the night for Adam Fine, hit number 6 for the Steamers. They've got a runner aboard with 1 out. It's the 3rd straight game that Fine has reached, and that'll bring up Chase Bruno. Bruno 0 for 2 tonight. He'll swing at the first pitch, punch it towards the right side, and it'll slowly go through the hole for a hit. Chase Bruno hit it to the perfect spot. Didn't hit it very hard, but he extends his hitting streak. Back-to-back singles for the Steamers. Runners at first and second, just 1 out for Tanner Thatch. Chase Bruno's hitting streak now extends to 13 games. Tanner Thatch trying to start a streak of his own. He's hit in 3 straight games. He's got a couple tonight. First pitch taken for a called strike. 0-1 the count to Thatch. Thatch put the first run on the board tonight for Edenton with a solo home run. Back in the first, he singled in his second at bat. The 0-1. He'll swing and send that one out towards center field. Lyon moving back towards the track. He's under it, and he'll make the catch. Tagging from second, heading to third is Fine. He's in there safely. There's now runners at the corners with 2 down here in the 4th. Jeremiah Boyd will come to the plate for Edenton with Adam Fine over at third, who singled, and Chase Bruno at first, who also singled. Steamers looking for another 2-out hit. Pitch from Simmons. Floats across a bit high for a ball. 1-0 to Jeremiah Boyd. Designated hitting today is Boyd. He popped out and grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. One-0 pitch, up high off the helmet of Boyd. Never want to see that. Never want to see anything like this. Boyd takes a pitch off the side of the helmet. Unfortunately for Boyd, he's back up to his feet. A great sight to see. Boyd still in conversation. Going through maybe a bit of a concussion test right now, the home plate area. After a long conversation and a test with athletic trainer Courtney Phelps, Jeremiah Boyd will take first base. He'll stay in the game for the time being. Now he walks back off. And after that run to first, he might be taking himself out of the game. And now we'll head back to first. A little back and forth from Boyd. Fortunately, the best sight to see is that he's on his feet. Athletic trainer Courtney Phelps with him all the way out to the bag. A fist bump for Boyd as the bases are now loaded for the Steamers here in the fourth. Houston Wright coming up to the plate in place of Tate Abbott. A big opportunity here for Wright. Wright had a pair of hits last night. He's got the bases loaded now. And he'll pop that one up in the infield. Caspero, the shortstop, moves under it, and he'll make the catch. The Steamers strand, the bases loaded here in the fourth. They're still out ahead by 2 as we head to the fifth. It's Edenton 2, Clayton nothing. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field here in the top half of the fifth. The Steamers out ahead of the Clayton Clovers 2-0. Thank you so much for joining me on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. As Zach Lyon will lead off for the Clovers. He'll swing and miss at the first pitch from Jacob Lawler. It's an 0-1 count. Lawler out for his 5th inning of work. Got his 2nd start of the season here tonight. That one's just a bit out for a ball, 1-1. Lawler's been wonderful through the first 4 tonight. Held the Clovers scoreless, allowed just 3 hits. That one's inside now to Lyon. 2-1 the count. Zach Lyon out in center field tonight for the Clovers. He struck out swinging his first time up. He'll let that pitch come across for a called strike. 2-2 the count. Lawler's ready from the windup. The pitch swung on, fought off out towards second base. Moving back is Cottle. He'll make the catch for out number 1 here in the 5th. 7, 8, 9 hitters up in this inning for the Clovers. That'll bring Bryce Miller to the plate, number 8 in the lineup tonight. Had an infield hit his first time up on a slow ground ball over to the left side. He'll take the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. This is a Clovers team that's on a 5-game winning streak. They put up 10 runs a night ago. That one's fouled off first base side. Right sprints over towards the fence, and he'll run out of room. Team on a 5-game winning streak, put up 10 last night, being held scoreless partway through the 5th here against Jacob Lawler. Remember, the longest outing he's had this season was 4 2/3 innings. That was a start back against the Suffolk Voyagers. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just missed a bit low for Lawler. 1-2 now the count to Bryce Miller. Miller 3 for 12 this season. And he swings and sends that one high out towards shallow left field. Moving back is Bruno. He'll be called off by Paulson in left, and he'll make the catch. 2 down here in the 5th. That'll bring Peter Maldonado up to the plate now for the Clovers. Maldonado struck out his first time up, and he'll chop that one back and foul. 0-1 the count. Maldonado still looking for his first hit against the Steamers over these 2 games. He went 0 for 4 last time these teams matched up. He'll swing and line that one out towards right field. Thatch has a beat on it. It's right at him, and he'll make the catch to wrap up the top of the 5th. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Lawler, who's now through 5. We'll head to the bottom half of the 5th. The Steamers ahead 2-0. Edenton IT has all your repair needs. Another cracked phone screen? They've seen it. A computer virus has taken over? They've battled it. Password recovery needed? They've got you. Time for a software update? Hand it over. In dire need of family filtering? Well, every family needs that. Call Edenton IT at 252-573-4591. That's 252-573-4591. Or visit them online at edentonit.com. No one likes to strike out by missing a Zoom call, losing data, having slow software, or a broken computer. Call Edenton IT at 252-573-4591 for all your computer service needs. They're located at 203 South Broad Street in downtown Edenton. It's Edenton IT. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field here for the bottom half of the 5th. As Case Kermode will lead things off against Trent Simmons. Kermode catching tonight for the Steamers, and you have to hope he's able to make it through this game completely healthy after Jeremiah Boyd took a pitch to the head in the last inning as Kermode takes that one for a ball, 1-0. It's been a good night so far for Kermode. He's reached base twice. He walked and singled his last time up. He takes that one for a called strike. Count evens up. Trent Simmons into his 5th inning for the Clovers. He struck out 5, giving up 7 hits, just 2 runs to the Steamers. That one misses inside, 2-1 the count. And for a Steamers offense that's put up a combined 31 runs over the past 2 games. Even with the 7 hits, the 2 runs, a down start. That one's up high, 3-1 to Kermode. I mean, they put up 9 runs in the first inning yesterday against the Norfolk Redbirds. 3-1 pitch to Kermode is out and away, ball 4. His second walk of the night, the 3rd time Kermode has reached tonight. That'll bring Nate Paulson up to the plate. Talked about Kermode having a nice night. How about Paulson? He's got a pair of hits, including an RBI single in his last at-bat. The middle chunk of the lineup doing some work here for the Steamers. First pitch to Paulson is swung on and missed for a strike. They throw back on Kermode at first. He's in safely. Peter Maldonado fired one over to Braden Davidson at first. But Kermode head first barely got back in before the tag. 0-1 the count to Paulson. Nobody out here in the 5th. The pitch. He'll show bunt, pop it up foul territory and out of play. It's now 0-2 the count to Paulson. Paulson's first hit of the night was a bunt single. He sent down the first base line. It was fielded by the first baseman Davidson, but nobody was able to cover. He turned around and looked for someone to underhand scoop to, and Paulson had beat the pitcher and the second baseman to the base. They'll throw over on Kermode. He's back in head first. Paulson 2 for 2 tonight. It's a good sign. Hitting .229 this season, trying to bump that average even higher. He's up with Case Kermode at first, an 0-2 count. The pitch. Swung on, pop first base side, foul territory. Davidson moves over, he's under it, and he'll make the catch. It's the first time they've sent Paulson down tonight. And it's out number 1 here in the 5th. As Alden Cottle will come up to the plate. Cottle 0 for 2 tonight. He reached on an error his first time up and grounded out in his second at bat. Cottle swings through that one. They throw back to first again. Kermode in safely. That time Maldonado might have beat him with the throw, but Davidson over at first got all the way in front of that ball. Couldn't turn around quick enough to apply the tag. Case Kermode getting a good secondary lead after Simmons throws his pitches. The 0-1 is swung on, chopped over towards second. It'll be handled by Tucker, who only plays to first. It's in time for out number 2. There's an example of that secondary lead. Is Kermode able to move to second because he was so far off the bag and got a good jump. Ball wasn't hit too hard either. So Kermode moves into scoring position as Jared Beebe will come up to the plate with 2 down here in the 5th. And Simmons will step off. Kermode was getting a healthy lead down there at second. Connor Tucker, the Clovers second baseman, in the area of the bag in case Simmons wants to try a pickoff back there. First pitch to Beebe is lined out towards center, but Lyon, it's right at him, and he'll make the running catch. The Steamers leave a runner out at second here to end the 5th. We'll head to the 6th. It's still the Clams out ahead, 2-0. Venture Tours is excited to announce the return of their Atlantic City Casino Day trips. You don't have to break your piggy bank to visit Atlantic City for the day. Tickets are $85 and you must be 21 years or older to participate. The trip includes $35 in free slot play at Resorts Casino. These Saturday trips offer exciting escorted trips where you can ride in comfort and luxury. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit VentureBusTours.com. Venture Tours is the official travel partner of the Steamers for the 2022 season. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where we've got our first pitching change of the night. Jacob Lawler's night is over. He went the first 5 innings, held the Clovers scoreless, allowed just 3 hits, walked a pair, and struck out 5. Bryce Stevens will enter the game for the Steamers. It's his 3rd appearance of the season. It's his first relief appearance. His first 2 appearances had been starts, once against the Boone Bigfoots and another against the Greenbrier Knights. The night start was the last time we've seen Stevens on the mound. He went 5 innings, allowed a pair of runs. And Stevens will enter here with a 2-0 lead, facing the top of the order for the Clovers. It would have been their 3rd time through against Lawler. It's Davey Morgan up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Bryce Stevens in his 9 innings this season. He's allowed 4 runs. He struck out 11. Walked only 1. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed by Morgan. Count evens up at 1-1. The 1-1 from Stevens. In the dirt for a ball. 2-1 the count. Morgan struck out his first time up. He flew out in at bat number 2. Leading off, and he's the designated hitter tonight for the Clovers. The 2-1 from Stevens. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Bryce Stevens, a 2-way player here with the Steamers. He's played a bit over at second base, but seeing him on the mound tonight. He was a hitter when these teams last matched up. He went 0 for 4 at the plate. As that ball's down low, 3-2 the count now to Morgan. We've seen the Clovers work a number of full counts in this game. Made Jacob Lawler work, although he was able to beat all of them, didn't allow a run. That one floated out into left field. It'll drop for a base hit. Paulson will collect it. It's a leadoff single for Davey Morgan. His first hit of the night. Puts a man at first for the Clovers. That'll bring Michael Anderson up to the plate now for Clayton. 0 for 2 through his first 2 at-bats. First pitch from Stevens a bit outside, 1-0 the count. Once again, this is Stevens' first relief appearance of the season. Both of his prior appearances were starts. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed by Anderson for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1. Michael Anderson out in right field, struck out his first time up and grounded out in his second at bat. 1-1, and Stevens will throw over to check on Morgan, who dives in safely. Stevens is ready from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch, swung on and fouled straight back, will move the count to 1-2 to Michael Anderson. Anderson
had one hit when these teams matched up on opening night. He went 1 for 5 when the Steamers and the Clovers played in Clayton. Stevens will check on over at first. Stevens also hit in that game. He played second that night. He went 0 for 4 with a walk. But it's his first time on the mound against Clayton this season. And he'll check on at first over again on Morgan, who's back in safely. And over there covering is Houston Wright, who came in to pinch hit for Tate Abbott. Haven't seen a lot of Houston Wright in the field this season, as that one is swung on and missed. The first strikeout for Bryce Stevens tonight. And it's out number 1 here in the 6th. It's the second strikeout for Michael Anderson tonight, and that'll bring up Jack Caspero. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1 to Caspero. Caspero 0 for 1 tonight. He did reach his last plate appearance. He walked. He's down in the count, 0-1 to Stevens. Here's the pitch. Taken for a called strike, 0-2. Now the count to Caspero. Hitting .244 this season. Looking to move along the line for the Clovers. The pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bryce Stevens, and there's now 2 down here in the 6th. Matt Albritton 0 for 1 tonight, struck out in his second plate appearance, reached on a walk back in the second inning. Stevens will check over at first again, keeping Davey Morgan close. Morgan did steal 11 bases this spring, as that one's chopped back to Stevens. He's got it. Underhand toss to first in time. Bryce Stevens works around a leadoff single to keep the Clovers scoreless. We'll head to the bottom half of the 6th. Edenton out ahead, 2-0. The Edenton Steamers are the greatest show in town. How can we make that any better? Throw in some fireworks. Steamers have 2 fireworks shows scheduled for the rest of the summer. You can catch these shows on Saturday, July 2nd and Saturday, July 30th. Mark your calendars, and we will see you at the ballpark. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where we've got another pitching change, this time on the Clovers side. The night is done for Trent Simmons. He went 5 innings, allowed a pair of runs, 7 hits, and a couple of walks. Entering the game now for Clayton is the right-hander Ethan Wilson. Wilson, this is his 3rd game of the season. He's pitched 6 innings. He is yet to allow a run. He struck out 9, walked just 3. So 6 scoreless innings of relief for Ethan Wilson. And he's out for the 3rd time this season, looking to keep that stretch going against the Steamers offense. That's been hot as of late. But just a couple of runs tonight, they have mustered up 7 hits. Adam Fine will lead things off for the Steamers here in the bottom of the 6th. Fine singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2 tonight. And he's the first Steamer to face Wilson. He'll show bunt, pull it back. Spit out for a ball, 1-0. Matt Albritton at 3rd was on the infield grass. He takes a couple of steps back. He's ready to charge in. 1-0 pitch, Fine takes outside for a ball, 2-0. Wilson's ready. The pitch. A bit low to Fine. Count moves to 3-0. Pardon me, 2-1 the count to Fine. Second pitch was a strike. He'll swing and miss at that one. Count now evens up at 2-2. Adam Fine's brought home a run for the Steamers the last couple of games. He's reached base again tonight. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped over to the right side. Moving to his left is Tucker. He'll stumble and he couldn't get the throw off. Adam Fine hustles it out to first. And the Steamers have a leadoff man aboard here in the 6th. It's the 2nd error of the night for the Clovers, as Tucker did a nice job getting over to it, but on the transfer into his throwing hand, he just couldn't get it out. And then he dropped the ball to the ground, and that'll bring Chase Bruno up to the plate with nobody out. First pitch to Bruno's across for a called strike, 0-1. Chase Bruno 1 for 3 tonight. He singled his last at bat. A hit in every game. It was probably the lightest hit he's had all season. Poked it out to right field. Off and running was Fine. Bruno fouls it off. Count moves to 0-2 to Chase Bruno. Bruno hitting .408 this season, a team high 20 hits. He's also knocked in a team high 9 runs. He's been the leader in just about every offensive category this season. He's behind in the count 0-2. Swings, lines that one out to center field. It'll drop in for a base hit. Fine moves to second. Bruno into first with his 2nd hit of the night. 2 men aboard to lead off the 6th for the Steamers. And that'll bring Tanner Thatch up to the plate. It's been a good day for Tanner Thatch. A pair of hits and 3 at-bats. Had a solo home run back in the 1st. First pitch to Thatch is low for a ball, 1-0. It's Adam Fine down at second, who reached on an error, and Chase Bruno at first, who singled. Tanner Thatch to the plate. A pair of hits tonight. Thatch will foul that one straight back into the netting. Count evens up at 1-1. Once again, thank you everyone for watching this broadcast of Edenton Steamers baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. I'm Luke Mealy. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for game number 13 this season. Thatch will poke that one out towards center field. Lyon moves in, he's under it, he'll make the catch fine. Just draws a throw over to third, he retreats to second. That'll be the first out here in the sixth. Jeremiah Boyd up to the plate, and that is a great sign. After being hit in the head by a pitch in his last at bat. Boy, is it good to see him step into that box. He's got 2 runners on here in the sixth. That one's down low for a ball, 1-0 to Boyd. Had a long conversation with athletic trainer Courtney Phelps. Did a couple of tests before he ended up proceeding to first. The 1-0. Boyd fouls that one off. The count's 1-1. Jeremiah Boyd, he's only reached tonight on that hit by pitch. He's 0 for 2. Trying to follow up what was a great night last night. He was 2 for 4, including his second home run of the season, a 2-run shot. 1-1 pitch, Boyd takes it for a called strike, 1-2. Ethan Wilson into the game, trying to keep the Clovers within 2 in relief of Trent Simmons, who went the first 5. And a balk is called against Wilson. Final move to third. Bruno will move to second. There's now 2 in scoring position for Jeremiah Boyd. Could prove to be a costly error if Boyd can put this one in play. The infield will now move in for the Clovers. Up against the grass. With 1 down in the sixth. The pitch, Boyd fouls it straight back. We'll do it again at 1-2. Clovers offense, no runs, only 4 hits tonight. They do not want this lead to extend much further than 2 for Edenton. And for Jeremiah Boyd, just putting this ball in play could extend the lead. He's knocked in 4 runs already this season. All 4 coming on a pair of 2-run home runs. A long stare, the 1-2. Outside for a ball, 2-2 the count to Boyd. A big hole there back through the middle. That Chase Bruno is able to get a long lead off second base. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. A big strikeout for Ethan Wilson. It's his first strikeout tonight. And it brings us to 2 outs here in the sixth. Houston Wright up to the plate now for the Steamers. As the Clams try to avoid stranding 2 more in scoring position. Wright came in to hit for Tate Abbott. After a couple of at-bats for Abbott, Wright popped up and popped out his only time at the plate. Wright swings and fouls that one back, 0-1 the count. Houston Wright, he's hitting .220 this season. He's knocked in the second most runs for the Steamers. With 6 runs batted in, he's got a chance here with runners at second and third to extend that total. 2 outs here in the 6th. The 0-1. Wright takes it for a called strike. Didn't quite agree with that one. The outside corner, 0-2 the count now to Wright. In over at first base tonight as he moved in for Abbott. One of the first times we've seen him in the field, as primarily used as a designated hitter before tonight. The 0-2 pitch, fought it off and fouled it off straight back. The count will remain 0-2 to Houston Wright. Wright coming off a 2-hit night last night against the Norfolk Redbirds. Also came around to score a couple of runs. Looking to keep that momentum here tonight. Steamers ahead by 2 and a chance to extend the lead. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and fouled away by Wright again. A couple of 2-strike foul balls from Houston Wright extends the at-bat. A long stare in from Wilson. He's got it. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Wright pops it up. Shallow center field. Caspera moves back from short. He's under it, and he'll make the catch. The Clovers again strand more Steamers runners in scoring position, as 2 are left out on the base paths for the Clams. We'll head to the 7th. Edenton out ahead, 2-0. Every year, the Steamers are proud to have the opportunity to raise money for the Jim Catfish Hunter ALS Foundation. On Saturday, July 16th, the Steamers will wear special themed jerseys that'll be auctioned off during the game. Proceeds will go towards the fight to strike out ALS. Catfish Hunter is a Major League Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher that lived just a short distance from historic Hicks Field and was even a host family for the Steamers organization in its inaugural year. Unfortunately, he lost his battle with ALS over 20 years ago, and the Steamers will continue to carry on his legacy and do their part to strike out ALS. We thank you for your support of this great cause. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field here for the top half of the 7th. The Steamers nursing a 2-0 lead over the Clayton Clovers, the second matchup between the teams this season. The Steamers winning 5-1 in what was Edenton's opening night out in Clayton. Bryce Stevens back on the mound for Edenton. He throws a ball to lead off the inning to Braden Davidson. Davidson 2 for 2 tonight. He's got a double and a single. He takes that one outside again, 2-0. Bryce Stevens out for his second inning of relief. Came in for Jacob Lawler, who went the first 5 innings on the mound, allowed no runs on just 3 hits and struck out 5. The 2-0. Across for a called strike, 2-1. Davidson a pair of hits tonight. He came into the game with just 6 total hits on the season. He'll take the 2-1 down low. He's out ahead 3-1. The leadoff man has reached 4 times tonight for the Clovers. And now it's reached 5 times for the Clovers. A leadoff walk for Braden Davidson. The 3rd time he's reached base tonight. Even with those 4 prior leadoff runners reaching, the Clovers still unable to bring them around. Steamers have worked around a ton of Clover base runners tonight. As Connor Tucker steps up to the plate and swings through the first pitch he sees, 0-1 the count. Tucker's 0 for 2 tonight, and a big part of getting out of those jams. Tucker grounded into a double play to wrap up the 4th inning with a couple runners on for the Clovers. He'll swing and foul that one past Kermode to the backstop. Count moves to 0-2. Stevens allowed the leadoff man to reach in his first inning of relief, proceeded to get the next 3 outs. See if he can get the same fate here. The 0-2. Good eye from Tucker, nearly offered at it. It's outside. 1-2 the count. Stevens is ready from the stretch. Swing and a miss, he got him. The 3rd strikeout for Bryce Stevens, and the 1st out here in the 7th. That'll bring Zach Lyon up to the plate. Lyon 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch, he'll swing through that one. Down in the count, 0-1. Lyon struck out his first time up. Popped out on at bat number 2. Here comes the 0-1. Taken for a called strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Now the count to Lyon. Lyon hitting .303 coming into tonight. Steamers trying to stifle a productive hitter. He checked his swing, and they say he didn't go after checking down at first. Count moves to 1-2. Bryce Stevens has faced 6 batters, struck out 3 of them. The pitch. Down in the dirt, 2-2. It's Braden Davidson over at first, who led this inning off with a walk, the 3rd time he's reached base tonight. Zach Lyon at the plate, 2-2 count, the pitch. This time it looked like he offered, and he did. Tried to pull it back, it's strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Bryce Stevens. It's out number 2 here in the 7th. Bryce Miller up to the plate with 2 down here in the 7th. A battle of the Bryces. Stevens on the mound, Miller at the plate. First one's down low, 1-0 the count to Miller. Miller's 1 for 2 tonight. He reached with an infield hit his first time up, flew out in at bat number 2. The 1-0. Taken for a called strike, 1-1. Bryce Stevens into the game. It's his 3rd appearance of the season, his first time in relief. Trying to keep the Clovers off the board. 1-1 pitch outside. Count moves to 2-1. Clovers scoreless here into the 7th. They're a team that put up 10 runs last night. 6 of those, however, coming in the final 2 innings. So that one's in there for a called strike, too. So, you know, even if you have them shut out through the first 7, as Stevens is looking to do here, can't let up at the end of the game. 2-2 the count to Miller. The pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Davidson was off and running from first. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Kermode out to talk with Bryce Stevens. Trying to figure out what pitch to go with here. It's Braden Davidson over at first, led the inning off with a walk. And he was off and running on that last pitch that was fouled off. We'll see if he has a similar plan here. Maybe Kermode and Stevens discussing what to do in the event. 2-2 the count to Bryce Miller with 2 outs here in the 7th. Steamers ahead 2-0. The pitch. Outside, it got by Kermode to the backstop. And Davidson will waltz 90 feet to second. As the count fills up, 3-2 now to Miller. Stevens a long stare in. A deep breath and he's ready. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. 5 strikeouts for Bryce Stevens in relief. And he strands a runner out at second to keep the Steamers ahead by 2. We'll head to the bottom half of the 7th. It's Edenton 2, Clayton nothing. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field here for the bottom half of the 7th. The Steamers still nursing a 2-0 lead against the Clayton Clovers. Case Kermode to lead things off for the Steamers here in inning number 7. It's Ethan Wilson back out on the mound for Clayton. Wilson came in relief of Trent Simmons, who started and went 5 innings for the Clovers. That one's in there for a called strike, 0-1. Simmons allowed 7 hits, walked a pair, hit a batter. Was able to escape with just the 2 runs allowed. That one's in there. Back-to-back called strikes on Case Kermode. The count is 0-2. Pitch. Swung on and fouled back by Kermode. He stays alive. We'll do it again at 0-2. Kermode's reached in every plate appearance tonight. He's walked twice and singled once. He's down in the count, 0-2 to Wilson. The pitch. A bit outside as Maldonado is ready to throw that around. Count moves to 1-2. Ethan Wilson yet to allow a run in 7 innings of relief this season. And he strikes out Case Kermode, looking for the first out here in the 7th. Now to bring Nate Paulson up to the plate. He's had a solid day. A couple of hits. He's knocked in a run. Looking to start something here in the 7th for Edenton. Wilson's first pitch is taken for a called strike, 0-1. Nate Paulson out in left field tonight as Adam Fine getting his 2nd straight start in center. The 0-1 pitch up high for a ball, 1-1. Nate Paulson. It's 2 for 2 the last time these teams met. He swings through that one. 1-2 the count. Steamers have some stretching going on in the bullpen. As Wilson's ready, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ethan Wilson. He sends Nate Paulson down swinging, and that's out number 2 here in the 7th. How to bring Alden Cottle up to the plate. Cottle is 0 for 3 tonight. So he takes the first pitch up high, 1-0. He reached on an error his first time up and has grounded out in back-to-back at-bats since. Swings through that pitch. Count evens up at 1-1. Ethan Wilson came into this game with 9 strikeouts through his 6 innings of relief. He's added 3 more here in Edenton and just under 2 innings pitched. That one's inside to Cottle. 2-1 the count. Cottle getting the start over at 2nd base tonight. As now he'll call time. Or the home plate umpire will now wipe off home plate. With the count 2-1 to Alden Cottle. His pitch. In there for a called strike, 2-2 to Cottle. Cottle, as mentioned earlier, teammates with Clovers shortstop Jack Caspero at the University of Mount Olive. As he fouls that one back, count remains 2-2. Cottle was ABCA All Southeast Region 2nd team as Caspero was on that 1st team. A pretty impressive duo at the University of Mount Olive. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Just missed as Wilson was already on his way off the mound. Count fills up to Cottle, 3-2. The pitch. Swung on, chopped over to 3rd. Handled by Albritton. His throw all the way across is scooped out by Davidson for the final out here in the 7th. A 1-2-3 inning issued by Ethan Wilson, and the Clovers will head to the 8th. The Steamers still out ahead, 2-0. Is your kid a fan of the Clam? Why not sign him up for Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance. Membership is free for kids ages 12 and under. They receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, and an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and download a registration form today. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field here in the top of the 8th. Things are winding down. The Steamers with a 2-run lead. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Maldonado from Bryce Stevens, who's out for his 3rd inning of relief. One pitch is in the dirt for a ball. 1-1 the count. Bryce Stevens has allowed just 1 hit through his first 2 innings. This 1-1 is fouled away to the left side and out of play by Maldonado. Count moves to 1-2. Once again, thank you to everyone joining me on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel for game number 13 this season. The 1-2 swung on, hit high out towards center field. Moving back is fine. He's under it, and he'll make the catch. 1 out here in the 8th, and we're back to the top of the order for the Clovers. It'll be Davey Morgan back to the plate. Morgan is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled his last time up. It's the only hit that Stevens has allowed so far. First pitch on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. That one down low for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded over to third. Backhanded by Beebe. His throw over to first is in time. A nice play by Jared Beebe to record the 2nd out here in the 8th. That'll bring Michael Anderson up to the plate for Clayton with 2 down in the 8th, nobody on. Stevens is ready to pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. The pitch. Taken for a called strike, 0-2 the count to Michael Anderson. Anderson's 0 for 3 tonight. He struck out a pair of times. The 0-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it, fouls it back. We'll do it again at 0-2. Case Kermode got nipped a bit on the left arm on that play, and he'll take a walk around home plate. The home plate umpire gives him a couple of moments as well. 0-2 the count to Michael Anderson. With 2 outs in the 8th. The pitch. Swung on, fought off over towards short, right at Chase Bruno, who will make the catch to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning, 3 scoreless innings of relief for Bryce Stevens. The Steamers have pitched beautifully tonight between Lawler and Stevens. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Steamers looking for some insurance, ahead by 2. The Steamers are proud to announce a newfound partnership with the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Albemarle. This season will mark our first annual jersey fundraiser for the organization. To coincide with our Chowan County Cantaloupes moniker, we'll be wearing special themed jerseys on all home Tuesdays at historic Hicks Field. At our final home Tuesday on July 19th, we'll be auctioning off the Cantaloupes jerseys. All proceeds will go towards the summer programs that benefit the kids of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Albemarle. We'd like to extend a huge thank you to RC Theaters Albemarle Movies 8 for their sponsorship and support of the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you for your support of this great cause. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field. Thank you for joining me. I'm Luke Mealy on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. As the Clams are trying to put a bit more on the board here before heading to the 9th against a Clovers offense that can explode at any moment. A fantastic job on the mound from Jacob Lawler, who started and went the first 5. Bryce Stevens has come in and went the next 3. We'll see if he'll come back out for the 9th, but right now, it's about the Steamers offense. A team that's put up 31 combined runs in the last 2 games has put up a pair tonight, and tonight it's all they've needed. But certainly an extra run or 2 wouldn't hurt. The third pitcher of the game in for the Clovers, Jonathan Peacock, enters the game for Clayton. He's pitched in 3 games, primarily been used as the closer. He's got the save in all 3. He's yet to give up a run. His first pitch to Jared Beebe is grounded over towards the hole, backhanded by Caspero at short, and Beebe's into first. Caspero couldn't get a throw away. All he could do was knock it down. Jared Beebe's aboard to lead off the 8th. And that'll bring Adam Fine up to the plate. That's the first hit of the game for Jared Beebe. It's the 9th of the night for the Steamers. Adam Fine has one of those 9 hits. He's 1 for 3 today. First pitch. Fine leaves it outside for a ball, 1-0. Pardon me, called a strike on a pitch that Maldonado reached all the way out to his right to grab. Owen won the count. Fine fouls that one off to the right side and out of play. Count moves to 0-2. Fine reached on an error in his last at bat. Trying to get on or at least push Jared Beebe a little bit further along. The Steamers holding a 2-run lead in the 8th. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and he'll send it high out towards left center field. Lyon moves in and he'll make the catch. 1 out here in the 8th. With Beebe over at first, 1 down in the 8th. That'll bring Chase Bruno up to the plate. Chase Bruno 2 for 4 tonight. He's singled in each of his last 2 at-bats. And he'll face Jonathan Peacock with Jared Beebe over at first. First pitch is outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Have to wait to make sure if it's called a ball, no matter how far Maldonado reaches out. 1-0 pitch is sent high out towards left center field. Deep, back towards the wall. It is up against the wall. Beebe's around second. He'll stop at third. Chase Bruno's into second with a stand-up double. It's his 3rd hit of the night. And he puts 2 in scoring position with just 1 out for Tanner Thatch. It's the 3rd double of the season for Chase Bruno. Another 3-hit game. He's going to continue to build on his .408 average. Thatch tonight 2 for 4. Sends that one high out towards left field. Miller ranges towards the line. He's under and he's unable to make the catch. Beebe will come home. Bruno goes to third. Thatch into second. Oh, a misplay out there and left by Miller. He got to the spot and overran it a bit as the ball dropped right past him. It's the 3rd error of the game for the Clovers, and it extends the Steamers' lead. It is 3-0. Still just 1 out, still runners at second and third as Jeremiah Boyd will come to the plate. The infield in for the Clovers. Boyd swings and misses at the first one he sees. 0-1 the count. Jeremiah Boyd still without a hit tonight. He reached base once on a pitch that got him in the side of the helmet. He's 0 for 3, struck out his last time up. The 0-1. Boyd puts it in play over to short. Caspero's got it. Looks Bruno back to third, and he'll still have time to throw out Boyd at first. 2 down here in the 8th. That's about as perfectly as you can play with the infield in. You get a ball hit straight at you. Houston Wright now up to the plate with runners at second and third, 2 outs. It's Chase Bruno at third. He doubled Tanner Thatch at second, who reached on an error. right to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He'll take that one down low for a ball, 1-0. A long stare in from Peacock. That one's outside to right, 2-0. Right, grounds that one over to second. Handled by Tucker. His throw to first is in time to wrap up the 8th. The Steamers do bring another one home on an error in the outfield. And it is now 3-0 Edenton. The Clams will try and close it out in the 9th at historic Hicks Field. Who's ready to rock? The first annual Clam Jam is coming up on Saturday, September 24th. We'll welcome 3 awesome bands to jam out at historic Hicks Field. Starting at 4 p.m. that afternoon, PB&J will take the stage, followed by the Eric Dunlow Band at 6 and the headlining Daniel Jordan Band at 8. Advanced tickets will be made available at EdentonSteamers.com for $15 or can be purchased at the gate that night for $20. Bring your lawn chair and take the field for the rockin' event. Numerous food and beverage options will be available all night. We hope to see you there. Well, fans, summer's starting, and you know what that means. Graduation, parties, and cookout season. Bill Gardner's Biggs Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, graduation gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Thank you to Bill Gardner and Biggs Cadillac, Buick, and GMC for their support of the Steamers and sponsoring our newest addition to historic Hicks Field. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field here in the top of the 9th inning. The Steamers out ahead by 3. They added a run in the bottom of the 8th. Bryce Stevens out on the mound for his 4th inning of relief. He'll face Jack Caspero to lead off the 9th. As Caspero will foul that one off, 0-1. The Steamers went into the 9th inning last night with a shutout, weren't able to hold it. Were able to hold on to win, but not able to keep the shutout. Still looking for their first shutout of the season from the Steamers pitching staff, as that one's up high, 1-1. It's a big deal, and we heard Jacob Lawler today talking about pitchers get BP if they're able to produce a shutout. He went 5 scoreless on the mound, trying to do his part as the count moves to 2-1 to Caspero. Caspero 0 for 2 tonight. He's reached on a walk. He'll take it inside for a ball, 3-1. The Steamers not out of the woods yet. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Clovers. The meat of their lineup is the Clovers dugout, trying to provide some energy. The 3-1 pitch is sent out to right field. Moving back is Thatch towards the wall, and that one is gone. An opposite field home run for Jack Caspero breaks up the shutout, and it puts the Clovers on the board. Here in the 9th, it's now a 3-1 game. It's the first home run of the season for Jack Caspero, the 8th for the Clovers as a team. They've got one back that makes the insurance run in the bottom of the 8th all that more important. As Matt Albritton up to the plate and he fouls one back. 0-1 the count. Matt Albritton still without a hit as well. He walked his first time up. He's 0 for 2 since. The 0-1's down low for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Stevens. Just missed. Count moves to 2-1. That home run's only the second home run the Steamers have given up this season. As that one's hit high in the air to left center field. Going back towards the wall, that one is gone. Back-to-back home runs for the Clovers here in the 9th. And all of a sudden, it is a one-run game. After going scoreless through the first 8, it's Jack Caspero and Matt Albritton going back-to-back with solo home runs. As head coach Justin Hill out to talk with Bryce Stevens. There's still no outs here in the 9th. And now head coach Justin Hill is going to make a change. Tanner Thatch coming out of right field. It looks like he'll move in to pitch. The Steamers in dire need of 3 outs, ahead by just 1, as they'll send Davis Halstead into the game out towards right field. Stevens will move over to second. That looks like it'll be it for Alden Cottle, as Tanner Thatch will come on to the mound for the second time this season. Back-to-back home runs have brought the Clovers within 1. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the rest of the 9th. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field.
A pair of solo home runs from the Clayton Clovers have brought them to within one. Here in the ninth, the Steamers held a 3-0 lead before Jack Caspero and Matt Albritton went back-to-back. And that'll bring Braden Davidson up to the plate. He's against Tanner Thatch. Thatch into the game as first pitch is down there for a ball. It's only the second appearance of the season for Thatch. He went 4 innings, allowed 1 hit, struck out 7 in his only other appearance in relief. And he's out in relief of Bryce Stevens, trying to wrap up this game. That one's a bit outside to Davidson. Count moves to 1-1. That one just missed from Thatch. 2-1. Davidson's reached all 3 times he's been at the plate tonight. He's doubled, singled, and walked. And he'll swing through that one for a strike. 2-2. At the plate, Tanner Thatch has a couple of hits, and now he's being relied on to come into the game and preserve a 1-run lead. The pitch swung on, chopped foul, third base side out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2. Tanner Thatch, we talk so much about his hitting prowess, and rightfully so. He was a wonderful pitcher at Perquimans High School, including pitching some phenomenal games in the state championship. That one's hit high out to right field, ranging towards foul territory. Halstead into the game, gives it a look. It's out of play and foul. Once again, Thatch came in from right field to pitch. Davis Halstead went out to right field. Bryce Stevens went from pitching to second, and Alden Cottle left the game. A nice at-bat here for Braden Davidson. The 2-2 pitch. A called strike 3. A big first out here in the ninth for Tanner Thatch. The first time Davidson has been put down tonight. And that'll bring Connor Tucker up to the plate. Tucker 0 for 3 tonight. Leaves that one up high, 1-0. Tucker struck out swinging his last time up. That one's in there for a called strike. Count evens up 1-1. The 1-1 pitch on the outside corner, called strike 2. A bit of energy here at historic Hicks Field. 1-2 the count. The pitch coming to Tucker. Swung on and fouled off. We'll do it again at 1-2. Thatch is ready to go. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He went off speed and got Tucker to swing and miss. It's the second straight strikeout for Tanner Thatch. And it's out number 2 here in the ninth. Zach Lyon up to the plate. The final chance for the Clovers, who've put up a pair of runs in the inning to bring it within 1. Lyon lets it come across for a called strike. Lyon 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. The 0-1. Outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Tanner Thatch, an ERA of .1 this season at Perquimans High School. He went 13-0 in 18 appearances. 1-1 pitch is down low. 2-1 the count. Thatch struck out 139 batters in 73 innings this spring. Just his 5th inning of work here in Edenton. Took something off of that one. It evens up the count, 2-2. Tanner Thatch trying to come into the game and preserve a 1-run lead. He's ready, and time is called. Two and two the count. The energy growing here at Edenton. The pitch. Just miss. The count fills up at 3-2. An eagle eye from Zach Lyon to take that pitch down to his final strike. And we'll do it again. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Tanner Thatch comes into the game and strikes out 3 straight to preserve the win for the Steamers. It got a little too close at the end, but thanks to a run in the bottom of the 8th, the Steamers are able to win it 3-2. The Clams improved to 9-4 on the season, 5-3 here at historic Hicks Field. It is their 3rd 3-game winning streak of the season. The Steamers will have the day off tomorrow before a pair of games against the first place Greenbrier Knights. The first of those 2 will be here at historic Hicks Field Monday night at 7 p.m. Once again, the Clams take down the Clovers. A 3-2 victory to improve to 9-4. Thank you so much for watching on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. We'll see you Monday.